back into the room. Liz Frieden, Fox.
Thanks, Sabrina. Do you have an update on how many attacks have been launched on U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria?
Sure, give me 1 second. Liz, to date, there have been approximately 140 attacks on U.S. troops in Iraq and Syria. I have 57 attacks in Iraq and 83 attacks in Syria. Great. Idris Ali, Reuters.
Hey, Sabrina, is it now fair to say that the U.S. is at war in Yemen? And secondly, there are some reports about a U.S. MQ-9 being shot down over Iraq by Iranian-backed militia. Is that something you're tracking?
Thanks, Idris. I'll take the last one first. I have seen those reports. I don't have anything for you on that, so I'd have to circle back with you. I've seen those reports, but don't have anything to add. In terms of your first question, no, we don't seek war. We don't think that we are at war. We don't want to see a regional war. The Houthis are the ones that continue to launch cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles at innocent mariners, at commercial vessels that are just transiting an area that sees 10 to 15% of the world's commerce. The U.S. is what we are doing with our partners is self-defense. We certainly don't want to see this widen out to a regional war, and we don't want to see this continue, which is why you have seen the action that we've taken. And as the Secretary has stated before, we will continue to take that action if we need to.
Just to follow up on the question of the Houthis' capabilities, is the Pentagon's assessment that they are sophisticated enough to target a specific ship? Meaning, if a U.S. destroyer is escorting some merchant ships along Yemen or the Red Sea, is the Houthis' targeting capability sophisticated enough to differentiate between a U.S. warship and a merchant ship?
Well, I don't think we should rule out that they have very sophisticated capabilities. In terms of their precision and targeting, we have seen that these are not precise missile launches. They often land they often land in the area where there are many ships. We can't say that, sometimes we can't say who exactly or what ship they are exactly targeting. So I think there is some imprecision when it comes to the actual targeting of a specific vessel. But again, it still puts many, many lives and many, many ships at risk when you have a ballistic missile traveling that way, that a commander is forced to make that decision in that moment to shoot it down in the vicinity of however many ships are transiting such a narrow waterway.
Well, right. And so I guess to follow up on that, I mean, is the given that imprecision, is the distinction of, the Houthis meant to target a U.S. destroyer or not sort of meaningless?
No, I mean, we can do our assessment, and sometimes we believe their assessment is a commercial ship is transiting, or sometimes we assess that it is a U.S. destroyer that's in the region or one of our partners in the region. Again, I don't think we've seen exact precision, but it is when we give our assessments and when we read those out to you, it is our assessment of what the target was. Yeah. Hey, Missy. Yeah.
Hey, how are you? I know that you guys have said that, or Pat said yesterday, that you may not be able to give precise information about the reduction in their military capability or their missile stockpile. But can you guys give any information about casualties? Because that is something that has been given, kind of information that's been given in the past.
In terms of casualties, we have not assessed that there have been any civilian casualties. I can't give you a assessment just yet on any militant casualties. Okay. That's something that's still ongoing.
You can give us eventually, because DoD has provided that information in the past for certain kinds of strikes.
It's something that we're continuing to assess, and if we can and are able to conclude that there have been casualties, we will read that out.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Brad.